you should have fucked up, you little cunt. Who wants to listen to you talking that shit anyway? Hey, let's do it. Brand. There I am. There you go. Good evening. Welcome to Raconteurs News. This Tuesday evening, very close to not being one. I've had some stomach trouble. That's been really hurting me after I've eaten every fucking night. I wake up in the middle of fucking like early morning, about 4 o'clock, and I have to go for a shit and a puke and that. So this morning I took some laxatives to try and get it out, and hopefully it's all out. So so I'm not feeling too bad now at the moment. So looks like we got a show. I've sent a few invites out. If anybody wants to bob on, just let me know. It's a great world, isn't it? It's a great fucking world. I mean, delighted like fuck, and then this channel's had a strike. If I have another strike, it's 7 days without being able to do it. And at the moment, I can't really find out live that I can do in this way. So you have to bear with me with that. And I know I keep going on about how I keep getting this thing in top corner that says it's low or everything, but down in bottom corner. We've got full internet access, so I don't know what the fuck's going on there. You know, whether somebody's doing something or not, I don't know. Whether it's just crap. Sorry, I'm skinning up and all. Grandma, did you hear me? Grandma, we love you. Hey, that'll feel that.
For me?
Yeah, Grandma, we love you.
I don't like grandma.
No, I never said you look like one.
Okay.
But you're soon going to be one.
How much?
I don't know. You might be, you might not. Good evening to everybody who's in the chat room. Tony O'Dot, he's on. Uni's in there. First time we've seen you for a while, Uni. Nice to see you. Thomas Tierney is on as well in the chat room, and Ron Malcolm. Sean Hamer, Matt Caddy, and of course Donna Caddy. Yeah, so I think really, I mean, what the thing I'm going to talk about today is trying to survive this. I've had a bad day. I've had a terrible day as far as my head goes. I'm just fucking wondering whenever anything's going to fucking end. You know what I mean? It's just all seems to be going tits up. I'll have you on in a bit, Uni. And I'll stick the thing in the chat room so anybody can call in and be any good and say what a great world this is that we're living in. Someone tell me what is great about it. What is great about fucking why I've got people on my fucking thing. I got my fucking one of a lass I went to school with. And she said, going for my second job tomorrow. Yada. Have I got adverts on my channel? I didn't know I had adverts on my channel. They told me I couldn't have adverts on my channels because I were a cunt. But, you know, that's not going to make me much, is it? Not going to make me a billionaire. Yeah, so this former school friend of mine, she said she went for a second vaccine. So I popped up the story of the young Newcastle BBC presenter, the Newcastle TV radio presenter that had the jab, the second jab, and then died, and a family were claiming it was a jab that had done it. Right? Obviously, it's going to be family. It's not going to be the doctors aren't going to say what jab, are they? Yeah, I'll look into that, Donna. I did try to monetize it, the channel, but they told me that I were too fucking controversial or something. I don't know. Hopefully YouTube trending next. Well, do you know what I was thinking about? I was thinking about paying that, premium YouTube, and then you get like no adverts or fuck all. But I thought then they might look favourably on my channel, but what is it, six quid a month? I don't know. Yes, Jay, she was in her early 40s, I think. Yes, yeah, she's only in early mid-40s. I think she's about 43, I think. And so I posted a picture in the comments of that, and she responded to it and said something like, "Oh, that's terrible," and yada yada yada. And then, of course, next day, round a Facebook profile page is a big red ring with "fully vaccinated" written on it. Fucking fully vaccinated, like it's some sort of honor. It's some sort of code of honor. You've been conned by a bunch of twats that have got no interest at all in what they could not care less whether you fucking drop dead, right? Whether you drop dead, they couldn't care less, and they've got the media that is protecting him, and the media, I think, are the biggest criminals in this case, because they're the ones that can blow it apart, but they're not going to, are they? I mean, we've got Sun was saying 350 anti-vax protesters were in London on fucking Saturday. I've seen pictures. They're just lying. They'll never, if anybody who's not been or who's not got any other viable source of information, they're going to think that's real. 300 on them, what are they going to do? Yeah, so, yeah. It's strange, even when it's this cognitive dissonance, that even when you place evidence in front of you, sorry, what was I saying? I'm reading this and I'm fucking getting knocked off. Let's have a look. It's crazy. Chris O'Rourke says it's crazy, Jason. Half of my family had it, only know through Facebook. And my mum and dad have had it because they thought they'd be able to go away on holiday. I don't think they've been away yet. I think they're going away sometime in June. But that's not going to end it, is it? I hope Tinder make the distinction between this vaccinated, then I'll be able to quickly swipe left all the jabbers. Chris Partridge there, enjoying himself on Tinder as we speak, and what's it called? Swipe left. Is that what you do? You swipe left if you don't fancy it, and swipe right. I know this sounds like somebody who's like trying to make out that they've never been on Tinder, but I promise you I haven't. I don't even know wouldn't even know how to work it. And I've got no reason to be on Tinder. I'm a married man. Very happily married man, by the way. To anybody that's hearing, listening. Oh, dear. Anti-vax propaganda is scandalous. I mean, what? Anybody get down to the what's it, and to London over the weekend? A great place to meet people. I do agree with that. I don't think the protests work, as we see with 350 anti-vax and anti-lockdown protesters is reported, when it was clearly clearly more than that. I don't know what the estimate is, but I'd say it'd be 500,000 at least. Yeah, it was a freedom march, and they are reporting it as an anti-vax march. You see, this is the thing. What we want, right? What we want is we want these countries that have had recent histories of this, like Romania. And Romanian people won't, they're empowered now, so they won't, won't back down, and they will take their fucking government down. You know what they did with last war? They outside, boom, boom, bullets in their head, kids, even children. Apart from Nicolae Ceausescu Jr., baby Chow Chow, as Alan Bastard called him. But yeah, it's that once one brick falls, it's all going to fall. Remember that, right? It went in Romania, and then the Berlin Wall fell, and then now we need the same. We need the same, because once the dam is gone, it's fucking gone, isn't it? Yeah, Chris O'Rourke says, protest not for me either, but like you said, it's great to meet fellow souls. It is. I agree with that. And I've been on a few protests in my time. And I know the protest. Sorry. Detours on the way. Early hours of tomorrow's morning creep up the west. Ooh. Last March, I was nearly on. I was on. Last March, I was on. Sorry, I'm thinking of last March as in the month. Last March, I was on. Nearly had a punch up with sergeant from the police. Yeah, that's the problem. You see, is that you get these agent provocateurs, and you get these people riling people that they can see that are already, in a state of distress and anger. And get them to do things, and then they report it as, this 350 strong anti-vaxxers that were in London. Storms, not the storms. I'm sure the Berlin Wall fell by accident, which means it can happen again. Yeah. Jason, have you ever heard of James Perloff or Dennis Wise? Right, I've interviewed Dennis Wise on here. We've interviewed Dennis Wise, so if you look back in archives, you'll be able to find a Dennis Wise. There definitely is one. The way things are going, I'm going to be looking at trying to set up a website now. I'm going to do it. It's just a case of the timing and whatever. So anyone can build a website. If anybody can build a website, then please get in touch with me. Yeah, I've heard of James Perloff and Dennis Wise. I think we've had James Perloff on the show as well. Can't remember what they were about. Nice one. Nice. Recently discovered his work, and he's very good. Was an arsehole. Matt tried to grab me, but the crowd pulled me back. I don't know anyone. Went on my own. Awesome. Ron, yeah, look, I went to a protest in Sheffield, and I wanted to interview this guy, because he'd gone up behind somebody. It was about a protest about a tree felling in Sheffield. So this kid had gone up behind the speaker with holding up a plaque that said 5G. This is all 5G, 5G, 5G. And obviously he got moved on. So when I went after him, because I wanted to get an interview for him, and he ran off. He thought I was a copper. And there's people. So, but I'm trying to get him to go, and he's running off, and the people running after him going, no, he's one of ours. He's on our side. One of them being Alley Cat George, who I've not seen for a bit. I hope she's okay. One or two. What's yeah. But what you've got to remember is this has got to come to an end. One way or another, it's got to come to an end. We're either going to be slaves or we're going to be free. And I don't know what Great Reset is. Anyway, Channel 4 at 9 o'clock, the anti-vax conspiracy. Let them dig a hole with their propaganda. Yeah, I see that. You see, it's not a conspiracy, is it? Well, it is a conspiracy. They're conspiring to poison people with an experimental fucking drug in the guise of a vaccine that it's going to help you be able to go on a holiday, jump on one of them big birds. Oh, we'll be on that big bird soon. So, you know, we'll end up either proper full-on slaves or not. Fucking idiots. Fucking Boswag got. Everyone's in London. So I said, this is what I said the other day. Everyone's in London protesting. All people that they're protesting, they're all out in country at fucking somewhere in Berkshire, the family home or the residence or the weekend residence. We have always been slaves. Yep, I think we have. To a certain degree. We have. Dean Yates says web builder free online. Jason, I might have a look at that. Yeah, Ron Malcolm says always been slaves, just don't know it. And Chris O'Rourke says the hole is getting deeper by the day. That's what she said. Here we go. Uni Black Sister, I'm not worried. Humans have been around for thousands of years. I highly doubt this is the first time that this New World Order shit has been attempted, or it's just what we happen to live in 200 or so years' time. Okay. But it's never been like this, has it? They've never had the technology. We've got a technocracy. We've never had a technocracy. We've had dictators like, what's his face? Well, name me fucking dictator. Juan Perón, fucking Mugabe. All these people that treat the citizens like shit. And somehow have a fucking place in history. I mean, Queen still fucking hangs with Mugabe, doesn't he? I think Mugabe turns up outside the Buckingham Palace to pick her up. Now Philip's out that way. Mugabe will be there in his like Chrysler white, one of them wheels that bounce. So he's bouncing, boom, boom. He's outside and he's waving at her. Come on, hurry up. She said, I'm just getting dressed. I'm just finishing off my makeup. Oh, don't worry about that. It's dark in here. I can't see you anyway. Oh, no, I can't be out without my makeup. Boom, 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 boom. We fucking Puff Diddy or whatever. Mugabe's one of the worst, and yet he's fucking welcomed into the arms of this society, this new world order. Like, I don't know. Is a dictator penis-shaped spud? Good one, that one, Ron. I'm going to add that to my repertoire, and I'm probably going to sell it to Peter Kay. He's the only one who'd say a fucking joke as bad as that. Tosser. Not you, Ron. Whatever his name is. Guten Abend, Newbeing. Hope you are well. Hi, Newbeing. Newbeing's in. Good evening. I'm ResiTuber. Good evening to you. I'm going to dictate that my dick slaps Bill Gates across his home in Seattle. Okay. Penguin jokes. Penguin jokes. Don't know jokes about a penguin.
You used to put jokes on penguin mappers.
Right, got you. Yep. Thank you. My wife's got me there. They used to put jokes on penguin mappers. used to put on lollipop sticks and all, didn't they? You'd have joke and you'd have to lick it. Lick it, you'd have to go, lick, lick, and lick all the ice cream off, and then answer, punchline would be there. Thomas, how are you, Jason? I'm fine, thank you very much. Just a little bit of a problem with my guts for the last couple of days, so I've not had out to eat today. I've had some, laxatives. So, right, let's see if we've got a show. No, bollocks. Got a good one for you, Jace. No mask for a job centre. You get sanctioned, bearing in mind it's safe to have face-to-face meetings with them, but the doctors won't do face-to-face. No mask for job centre. You get sectioned. Sanctioned. It's fucking sectioned. Bit harsh, isn't it? For not wearing a mask. No jab, no benefit soon. Ridiculizer, probably. You're right there. I'm sitting in with tens on my lower back. Right, here he comes. See if he's got out to set today.
Hey, what's up? What's up, Jason?
No, I'm all right, mate. How are you?
Going all right. Just trying to get by. It's starting to get hot over here, and I hate the heat so much.
Well, you will do, won't you? You know, you've got a few extra pounds on you. You're gonna not like the heat.
Yeah,
you
I'm too fat for the heat, man. I need to hibernate.
That's what I'm saying. I'm not putting you down. I'm not fat shaming you or anything like that. I'm just saying.
No, it's fine. I know I'm overweight. It's all right.
How what does it get there anyway?
Well, over here it gets around. At most, it usually gets around 90 something. I think it has gotten 100 one time, like years ago, but I don't really remember for sure. But usually, it's around in the summer. It's around 80 or something like that. It's to me, the ideal temperature is around 70, 65 to 70, something like that. Fahrenheit, by the way. I mean, not Celsius.
Have you got air conditioning? Have you got air conditioning?
I asked for one, but my parents say no, it's too expensive. Man.
You need to save up by your own.
I really should, honestly.
Chris Partridge just put "Where's Aid?" There you go. Where's Aid? That's Uni Black Sisters. Put the name as today. I've not spoken to Aid since last time I was on, but I certainly will do this week.
Yeah, I'm worried about him. Okay. Like, yeah, I think we're all worried about him because he hasn't really shown up a lot lately.
Yeah, he's that kind of bloke anyway. I mean, he's not that. He's that kind of bloke anyway. He'll just. It don't matter to him if he's away for. God knows, he might come back, he might not. It all depends on his recovery.
What about Leeds?
Nothing at all.
Is he doing all right?
Let's see, shall we? See if he answers his phone.
Yeah, come on, Leeds. If you're watching, don't hide. Say something.
Sorry, but the person you've called isn't available at the moment. Why not leave a message so they can get back to you?
Now that's worrying.
Oh boy.
Simply because his phone's not charged up. Hopefully he's in rehab or something like that. I'll find out. I'm sure. I did tell him, that to put in place, somebody that can let me know if what happens to him. I know that's a bit maudlin, you might say, but no, I just wanted to make sure that I knew, if anything happened to him, then I could tell anybody. But I've not heard, and you've just heard me try to phone him up. And it sounds like he's either on the phone or his battery's not charged. So hopefully, all the best to Super Leagues. We fucking here's to you, mate.
Yeah, I hope he's okay, man. He's a good bloke, man. He's a good bloke.
So, what is the what's the propaganda like in the States for the
Oh, dear God, it's freaking just like on CNN and Fox and all that. You always hear, you always have people coming on saying like, "Oh, we need to force everyone to have the jab." And also, I saw this hilarious ad that Taz sent me. And apparently, there's a strip joints that's actually letting people come in for free to watch strippers and have party and all that if they get the jab.
Yeah,
I was laughing so hard. That was hilarious.
It's incredible. They're offering also. I mean, you get your jab at one place over here. You get your jab, and if you get your jab, you go into a draw to win a car.
God. Oh man, that's hilarious. They are so like, I swear they have to be laughing their asses off when they when they come up with this stuff. They can't be thinking seriously.
How's Sleepy Joe doing?
What?
Queues and queues. To outside football stadium and things like that, where they're doing it, where they're doing the jabs. I think there were thousands outside one ground. Can't remember whose ground it were. But when they showed you pictures of long queues,
Yeah.
What they don't tell you is the car prize is a hearse.
Yeah, and they also don't tell you that that most of the stuff is all set up well in advance. Like if you're in the area and you see what's going on behind the scenes, with the camera turned off, you'll see. Oh wait, the guys are just actors and they're just getting up like all these so-called hospitals being overrun by people. It's just a bunch of actors getting on the stretchers, and then as soon as the camera turns off, they get up. I believe 80 uploaded a video exposing that.
Ada did.
Yeah, I believe so. I think it's. Hold on, let me look real quick on my. I know I favorited it. I forget what the video is called. Let me check real quick. By the way,
some Sky News headlines. UK. This fucking we've got a bit of delay here. We keep going over the top of each other. I was just saying these on Sky News. It says UK reports 0 daily COVID deaths, but Hancock warns we haven't beaten the virus yet. So nobody dying now. Today's 0 deaths milestone fits with the downward trend, but release from lockdown would be a political decision. UK's record hottest day. Oh, fuck off. Fuck off, wankers. There we go. Look at that. I love the COVID testing site. Empty.
I'm not surprised.
UK's hottest day of the year, and it could get sunnier despite thunderstorm threat. So we've got the weather. So it's COVID to the weather. The body of 13-year-old boy recovered from river. I think I know that one because it's just up road from me. That's pretty Terrible. Anybody knows Ollie Rez? Ollie Rez. But yeah, I think a 13-year-old boy was found after. Fuck off. Jesus Christ! After being in for going in for a swim, and he's got to trouble. On Friday, I think they cleared the whole area off while they were doing the search for him. Dino, the lone hiker. Yeah, so it's a very tragic case. A young lad losing his life like that. But they do it every year, don't they? And nobody. I think Dino might be here.
Right, Joe.
Bit
you hear
laggy
me?
though.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
A nurse said all the ICU patients have been vaxxed. Fear and loathing in Britain.
I can hear you, Dean.
Somebody did put down earlier on. So, hey? You're laggy. You go out and come back in. You can, okay.
Loud and clear, Jess. Can you hear me?
No, Dino can't hear us at the moment.
I can hear him.
I can hear you. You can't hear me. You
No,
need
he
to
said-
hear me.
As we,
Yeah, he said he can hear you.
Yeah,
but,
somebody put.
you
I
just
did
can't hear him.
notice somebody put earlier on. It's separation of the weak from the strong. Did Dean? Right. Okay.
I
That
can hear
usually
you.
means I.
Oh, I think he lagged out there or something.
All right, weren't us, were it?
So how's it going over on your end, Denny? How's it been going?
Fucking same old shit.
I can believe it. Just hasn't gotten any better. Oh.
Not at all. We're the highest.
Anybody hear me?
We're the highest on the planet. I can hear you. Can you hear me? Hello?
Jason, he can hear you, but you can't. Can you hear him?
I can hear you. Yeah. Go on.
Hello?
Can you?
I can hear him. Yeah. He said was something about highest on planet or something.
Yeah, Bolton is the highest on the planet with the COVID, apparently.
Dean.
I can hear you. You can't
This
hear
is
me.
going well. Fucking StreamYard. What a fucking pig.
Tell him, Beauty. I can hear him, but he can't hear me.
he can hear you.
Kind
Jason.
of fucking wank this fucking StreamYard. I can hear you.
That's why we need to use that one, the free conference call, man. That it's so much better.
I can hear him.
Oh, you can hear him. You can hear Dean.
Yeah, I think I'm going to have to. What's that? I can hear Dean. Yeah.
All right, you can hear me now.
No, not saying up, Dean.
Yeah? I've been speaking.
Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah, I told you I could hear you.
Oh,
right.
he's lagging. He's lagging
Yeah, go on.
really bad.
Right.
Go on.
I'll reset the computer and jump back in.
All right.
Yeah?
Yeah, he just
It's not you,
Jason.
it's
He
this.
said he's
It's this.
He said he's
it's
gonna
this
reset.
system. It is. Yeah, I know. I heard him.
Yeah? 2
Isn't it?
minutes.
All right, mate. No worries. I'm talking to fucking Uni, and he only hears me about 20 fucking minutes later.
I think Jason. I think you might be lagging actually.
It's this fucking. It's StreamYard. It's wank. It's been took over by a different company, and now I've got full internet, and it's telling me that I need to plug in. Why would it want me to plug in? Why would it be necessary for me to plug in when I've got a perfectly good Wi-Fi stream? going
So,
on.
you know,
It's not-
speaking of which, I've actually been seeing a lot of adverts on YouTube regarding StreamYard, saying, "Oh, you need to use StreamYard; it's so up to date and all that." So, and I didn't get that before.
No, it's crap. It's crap.
Yeah, whenever they say something's
connection
hot,
is unstable.
fucking.
See what's fucking running behind this.
At least it's not as bad as Skype.
Fucking knows what's going on. Anyway, see what people are saying in chat room. Lynn Anderson, they are queuing here as well. I blame it on the media and social engineering. You're absolutely right, Nubin. Lynn Anderson also agrees with you. Ron Malcolm says he's an old lag. I don't know what he's talking about. I don't know what you're doing there, Uni, but you sound like you're in a boozer or snorting cocaine.
No, opening a window. It's hot.
I can't hear you, mate. Honestly, it's really weird. You just like seem right far away.
Can you hear me right here?
Just about.
Let me see if I can get. I'm literally right in front of the mic. I'll mute myself and unmute myself. Okay, how's that? Is that better?
Yeah.
Okay, good. StreamYard sabotaging us, man. Freaking. You said it got taken over by a different company.
That's a lot better.
Yeah,
some company called fucking else anyway. But since they've took over, this is when I've started having issues. Now I've got a full Wi-Fi here on my computer. So why is that not transferring to fucking StreamYard? And StreamYard's like telling me that I've got a really bad connection, which is bearing out in the thing I'm doing with Dino. Anybody got any crap?
By the way, we got somebody in the chat called Wolf Clan Media. He says, I have to thank you all for having my friend Mark Conlon on to discuss the very important research of 9/11 alchemy and promoting our film. Who's Mark Conlon?
Mark Conlon's is a guy who's an activist, and I think he's a writer, and he's involved in stuff. I think he's involved a lot with Unite Planet. I think he does a lot with them because he's geographically is close to them. So So what I'm going to do, right, simply because I'm fucking going through all this, is I'm going to talk to you one at a time when Dino comes back. So I'll bump you, but you'll still be there at bottom, right, be able to hear us. And then I can bring you back in after Dino's had his say, or if fucking internet connection gets any better.
Okay. Oh, by the way, recently I checked out something by James. So you said you know James Perloff, right?
I feel the James Perloff, yeah.
I watched a video of his, and I looked on his website, and he has an interesting take on 9/11 that I've never seen before. And it's that instead of it just being like a regular, inside job, he calls it an outside job of where it was done by Israel and Mossad. Essentially, that there were hijackings, but they were done by by Israeli agents who were fully capable of flying planes, and that's the passengers and the planes themselves were taken to Israel, rather than actually, obviously not flown into buildings.
That's an interesting thought. I mean, they were the dancing Israelis, weren't they? You've heard of them?
Yeah. And the ones that said that they were there to document the event. Document the event, yeah.
And they were the only ones to get out of Dodge. They were only ones, apart from Bin Laden family, that got out of Dodge. Yeah. All other flights were cancelled. Anyway, they held them for a while and then released them. Sent them back. They went on Israeli television and said we were there to document the event. I mean, you don't. You know, I'm going to go and document the event of the house on the end of the behind me, you know, bursting into flames and being on fire. I'm going to document that event.
Not to mention all the CIA documents and all the governments and CIA documents that were in Building 7 and in the places where the supposed planes hit the towers. Like, like a lot of the missing money, like the missing trillions, and all the other missing and all the other scandals going on at the time, like say interference with the Soviet, which helped bring down the Soviet Union in the early 90s and late 80s, was being studied in Building 7, and that's of course when it got brought down.
Yeah, there were loads. There were loads. There were loads of different organisations, these 3-letter organisations or 3-number organisations that were in Building 7, that were located in Building 7, which is probably another reason why that were knocked down. I mean, they're going some, aren't they? To knock down 3 towers with 2 planes. I mean, you've got to really be going somewhere.
Yeah, I mean,
it's Dennis Wise. You mentioned Dennis Wise. Now, I remember interviewing him, but I can't remember what it were about.
Well, he's usually talking about Hitler and World War II stuff.
Ah, right, yeah, he's the guy behind The Greatest Story Never Told, isn't he?
Yep, and Communist by the Back Door, and I think a few other films as well.
Right. Oh, yeah, Dennis Wise, yeah. Yeah, we've definitely had him on show. Definitely remember talking to him. Resi was said Dr. Judy Wood, previous guest on here, I remember. Yep, she's been on twice, I think, maybe 3 times. Gold Standard Research. Yeah, she's the book. I mean, they never talk about all the gold. One of the trades under one of the trade center buildings that you see, there you go. That's the thing. Everybody's looking up. Everybody was looking up. Nobody's looking down at what's going on. And
all the trucks all the trucks that took the gold out on the evening and night of September 11th and the morning of the 12th, I believe.
Well, yeah, I mean, they'd have been in there and ready to get it out before it fell. So
there's also the anthrax attacks as well.
Oh, that was just a load of bollocks, wasn't it? Fucking anthrax. Someone sent me some anthrax and it turns out to be fucking lemsip or something daft. You know, it's again, it's fear. It's fear. You've got to be afraid. You've got to be scared. You've got to be dumb. You've got to be compliant, and what you've got to do is you've got to turn your back on the rest of the human race. You know, because for me, anyone who's been vaccinated, who I said to him, particularly my dad, because when this all started, he said to me, "What do you think about all this coronavirus?" I says, "Well, it's probably fucking fake." I said, "There'll be a vaccine coming along. Whatever you do, don't take it." And this was right back at the very beginning when people weren't talking about vaccines. They weren't talking about it. They were talking about lockdown and how long we were going to be in lockdown and what we could do and what we couldn't do. We could go to Morrison's or we could go Walmart, or, you know, it's all about fear. Fearing each other is the greatest fear that they can instill in us. It's fearing each other. We shouldn't never do that.
Remember, it was supposed to be only 3 weeks. 3 weeks lockdown. 3 weeks.
Yeah, 3 weeks to flatten the curve. I think the mantra were 3 weeks to flatten the curve. Well, the curve, I'm afraid, didn't get flat, did it? They pretended. No. I mean, come on. You don't know now. You're never going to, are you? You're never going to know. Like 9/11, inside job, easy to determine it weren't. All you've got to do is determine that the official account's wrong. And then you've got a case. You've got something you can look at and things you can get your teeth into. You know, I think that also made like a list of people that were, you know, were anti. They call them anti-American just because we believe that that it wasn't how we were told.
Like anti-Semitic?
Funny how. Say that again.
Like the anti-Semitic phrase that the mainstream media still throws out.
Oh yeah, don't mean anything. It's just words. It's just words. Yeah. I tell you what I watched today. I watched on Netflix actually, and I'm not a massive Formula One fan, but I am intrigued by the teams and how they work and all that sort of thing. And then I watched yesterday. I watched 8, and today I watched 2. So I watched all 10 episodes of this latest series. They're all there with the fucking stupid masks on, like a bunch of pussies, you know, doing football. Anyway, right at the very end. What's that? No.
Oh, hold on. Sorry. Let me close my windows. Hold on.
Okay. Right at the very end, it had got of the last one. It had got Lewis Hamilton doing a story about racism and talking about racism and how he's had to deal with racism and, you know, why he went behind the Black Lives Matter movement and got behind them and what have you. You know, it just turned me off. I just turned that bit off. I just didn't watch it to end because I thought, I'm listening to fucking Lewis Hamilton, who's have every single fucking every single, what's the word? Fucking everything they needed throughout their life, everything. They've never been gone with nothing. He's never had to go with nothing. He's never gone to bed with an empty stomach. He's never this, that, and all. People have called him names. Some people have called him names. Now, unfortunately, you can't really. I mean, what was calling names? If he talks about George Floyd, I mean, George Floyd has now spent a year off of drugs. He talks about George Floyd, at this guy who's become this fucking deity, by the sounds of it.
Basically,
and then the whole thing, like, is starting to carve apart. So in Britain, they don't call it Black Lives Matter now; they call it Black Liberation Movement.
What?
So they want to liberate themselves from, I don't know what from I mean, we all want to liberate ourselves. So, you know, we're all on the same side. You've just got different colour skin. Fucking big deal. But also, I mean, if you were talking about an inner city suburban kid who grown up in the same time as Lewis Hamilton, I would absolutely understand. I'd absolutely understand that they've gone through a lot of fucking racial, you know, stuff, and I wouldn't just put that down to name calling. I'd call it hate. You know, they've probably been called, you know, nigger and whatever. I remember working in a Pontins when I were between jobs with a mate of mine. And they were one of the lads, and he was dark coloured, right? But he didn't look like he was black, but he was darkish, and they called him Nicknog. That was his nickname. That was his name, and everyone just shouted, you know. And so it's not that far away. It's not that far away, and I do understand that it can happen. But Lewis Hamilton, though, you know, Lewis Hamilton coming out and saying, you know, that this affected me and I want to get involved and everything.
I don't even know who Lewis Hamilton is.
He's Formula One world champion. He's black.
Oh, of course. They won't let anyone speak unless they're black, of course. Fucking, you know.
Well, you see, they did that getting down on your knee. You know, going down on one knee.
Yeah, the Masonic the Masonic ritual.
That's it. They did that before one at races, and most drivers won't do it. There were only fucking Lewis Hamilton and a few others up front, you know, taking a knee. All of us didn't. I noticed when Man United played Villarreal in UEFA not Champions League, fucking UEFA League final, Europa League final, and all the when they did the took the knee just before kickoff, all the Man United players did it, and none of the Villarreal players did it, and neither did the fucking referee. So, you know, it's and people booed it as well. And unfortunately,
It's stupid.
It is stupid. It is stupid. That's why people boo it, because it's fucking stupid. It's a lacking. It's like saying I'm somebody that's done something wrong. There's knobheads. There's wankers in the world. Everywhere. All walks of life, there are cunts and wankers. If you want,
Where
if
Malcolm X and fucking if Malcolm X and Martin Luther King were alive,
that was something, though, weren't it? That was for something.
Yeah.
So
what I'm saying,
it was for something. It meant something. Whereas this George Floyd thing has just been hijacked and then fucking blown into this thing.
no, but what I'm saying is that if Malcolm X or Martin Luther King were alive right now, they'd be ashamed at what black people are doing. You know, all this stupid shit. They'd be like, "You guys are a bunch of dumb fucks for falling for this." Especially Malcolm X. Like from what I could tell about him, obviously I don't know him because he's, you know, but what I could tell about the man, like he probably would look at all this George Floyd Black Lives Matter shit as just nonsense. Even Muhammad Ali would say the same thing, because I remember seeing an interview with him where he said that you know, that people want to be with their own kind. You know, it's like Asians to be with Asians, Hispanics want to be with Hispanics, African Americans want to be with African, you know, Africans want to be with African, etc. You know, it's not racist. It's just natural. It's just natural instincts to want to be with your own kind.
Yeah, it is, and that's that. There's nothing wrong with that. You know, people. You see, this is what they're trying to do. They're trying to blame. In this country, we have an Asian population. Where what you'd call Asian would be Southeast Asian, but what I'm talking about is Asia, Pakistan, India, and all that. And these are Muslim. A lot of them are from big families, and when they come over here, and they've probably been over here for 2 or 3 generations, and they live in the same house as the grandmother and their uncle and the cousin and what have you, and that's what they're trying to say, that's where the Indian flu thing came from, because of people living in big houses in big families. Did you see the one where they went nuts because the fucking bat were on plane?
Did I see the what now?
What are you doing?
Sorry, just wanted to close out that noise from outside. But they're working on my road right now, and it's really annoying.
Right. All right. Well, what we're saying is, what were I saying? Fucking hell.
Something about airplanes.
Oh yeah, an airplane with a bat on it in India had to make an emergency landing because it got a bat on it.
Really? What the fuck?
There's fucking pictures, video of this bat fucking flying around inside this cabin of this aircraft.
What
Of course, they have to fuck it. It's a vampire bat.
Ooh, we're gonna just get a bunch of undead, man.
It probably is, to be honest.
It's probably from Transylvania. Sounds like Uni is dragging a blood. How did you know, man? How did you know that I killed someone and dragging their body? I've been exposed.
Don't admit to out on here, man. Don't admit to out on here. Yeah, but we've got areas. Let me have a look. Let me just show you images of this.
Oh man. So, Jason, if you don't mind me asking, what do you think of World War II and Hitler?
Don't know, weren't they?
I think it's probably the most lied about part of history.
Well, that's the first casualty of war is truth. That's the saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like I said, you know where you said people want to be with their own kind, you know, their own people that they
their own tribe.
Their own tribe, yeah. We've got an example here in Sheffield. Called Page Hall, and it's lots of Roma gypsies type people, all living in houses, and it's a fucking nightmare. It's right next to hospital. When we're going to hospital, as soon as we get towards Page Hall, my missus is locking doors. You know, it's just a complete fucking nightmare. But they've placed them all there, and then they're having to pick up pieces. There's even the police have took up a house in one of the main streets. So, you know, it's that, and they're still not doing out. Still not doing out. Dino, let's see if it works.
Yes.
Is that better?
That's spot on, mate.
It was my side, mate. Sorry about that. I don't update the computer, and Windows 10 will not allow you to run your computer unless you update. It'll just take the piss out of you, and that's what it was doing. That's why it was so long. It updated then, and it seems fine now.
Wow. It's fucker, isn't it?
Yeah, I hate it. I've got 8 computers here, and since they've all gone over to Windows 10, they're a bag of shit, mate. And they're high spec. I've updated them all with the software as high as they can possibly go. But Windows 10's the vein of my life.
Yeah, well, it's the same sort of thing as Apple are doing, aren't they? Because Apple now have essentially got rid of third-party repairs. Because if you take a camera out of a phone and replace a broken one and replace it with another one, it won't allow it. It won't work because it's not fixed to that phone. It's not registered to that phone. So they have to. It has to be done by an Apple engineer. So they're all doing it. They're trying to cut down. Everything's just being more and more pressure on you. Like you said, Windows 10. Did I have it? I ain't got it. I don't think.
What are you running on?
I'm on 8.
Are you?
I'm running on.
All right.
Yeah.
I avoided that one. Has it gone better than it used to be?
What's that?
Windows 8, has it gone better than it used to be? I avoided that. I tried it and had a lot of problems with it.
I avoided it like the plague. And then when my computer went down, my missus got one that had already got Windows 8 on it, which I now use, which I think is better than Windows 10. But I've got one computer here that's got Windows 10 on it, but I hardly ever use that.
Yeah, I've no choice now with updating them all because mine are hacked. They're not legitimate programs.
But what's going on up your end? If you don't mind me asking.
Well, apparently, I don't know whether you've seen it on the international news that Bolton was the highest recorded COVID on the world, and they had a load of crisis actors at Royal Bolton Hospital put it on TV So my mate jumped in car, drove down and walked around the hospital. It were empty.
It's nuts, isn't it?
I believe him because he doesn't lie, you know what I mean? He has no reason to lie. I've never known him to lie. So,
Well, I mean, when I went to hospital. I had an appointment where I had to turn up last year during lockdown, and they were just. It was the best because you went in. There were no waiting about in waiting room. Straight in, and then they sorted you out, and had a look at my wound, which has healed up quite nicely now. I'll have to show it you one day.
excellent. Glad to hear it, brother.
But yeah, it was just a ghost hospital, really. I didn't see anybody else apart from woman I saw. Not really.
But Jason, they're supposed to be overflowing with COVID patients. Oh no, everyone's gonna die because there's not enough room in the hospitals.
But what are these nurses and that are saying that it is full? Do we have nurses saying it's full? I know there's nurses saying that they don't need vaccine and they think it's all a scam. I mean, I know there's nurses that are saying it's a scam, but is there any coming out and saying, anybody that we can trust coming out and saying, the hospitals are full? Just can't trust Matt Hancock.
Not really. I mean, it's not really. I mean, stupidly, they're scared of losing their jobs. Now, to me, they should lose their jobs if they think their job is more important than their life. They're a fucking nurse. Sorry for swearing, but it's the nurses. Now, they're supposed to preserve life. Now, as far as I'm concerned, they're all they're as bad as Hancock and all the rest of them. And I know quite a few nurses. And they're saying the same. Oh, yeah, it's packed. Well, it's showing photographs of empty hospital where they work and they go quiet.
Exactly. It's just like the doctors and the nurses who get on the TikTok videos and freaking do the stupid dance things. Which by the way, I swear, TikTok. When did TikTok come out? Like, when did that shit become relevant? Because I've only started noticing that as soon as this COVID nonsense started.
TikTok's been out for donkey years.
It's probably designed for this.
It was Chinese, wasn't it? TikTok.
I can't remember, but we're about the same time as Zoom went all nuts, didn't it? Zoom were everywhere. You'd never heard of that, but then suddenly it's.
I forgot about that.
That's what's it? Government site. That Zoom. That's a government intel gathering site. That. If you look at like all the schools, they're all using it. Even in America, they're using Zoom at schools.
I completely forgot about Zoom.
If you type in on YouTube, people jumping into Skype uninvited and that while they're doing lessons, it's quite funny actually because they take it piss out of them. You get like 100 jumping in at once, just ripping out of the lessons. Well, I don't think they're doing them now, are they? The online lessons. I think it's back to normal. I know they're on holiday round here. I don't know about your side, Jace, over in Yorkshire, but this side of the Pennines, they're on holiday at the moment. I've got school here.
Right. We've not heard of kids about, so I thought they were still there. I thought they were still at school.
I know Bradford side, they're off for a week because my mate's son's off. So I'm not sure about it. It's all different, isn't it? They staggered the holidays now. Not like it used to be, the full, like, UK, not UK, but England side shut, didn't it, for, like, spring and summer at the same time. And they seem to stagger it, like, a few days between them now.
Yeah, we're long gone are the days where there used to be like factories would close down for a week, and then every
Yeah.
worker would go away on holiday. You know what I mean? And they had. I mean, it's still in Skegness. There's a Derbyshire miners camp. So where old Derbyshire miners sort of used to shut down old mines and they'll congregate on camp. You know, probably staggered it a bit, but yeah. These good old days, they're gone.
They're too well gone, aren't they? It's just, it really is. I don't know whether you heard of that channel Prison Planet, but that's what it really is, you know. It's a jail, isn't it? It's just a massive open communist jail.
That's what we live in, is just communism. I mean, you know, income tax and all that is from the Communist Manifesto.
Yeah.
Written by...
Well, the main reason for your tax was to recuperate the country after the World War, wasn't it?
Yeah, at least that was the excuse.
Yeah.
It's what I put in chat room earlier, and it was a bit of a mess.
Fucking eggs.
That comment I put in earlier, Jason, it was a bit of a mess. I didn't have my glasses on. What it is,
say that again.
That comment when I put it in chat room earlier and you tried reading it out, it was gibberish because I didn't have my glasses on. But what it is, I've got a face-to-face appointment on Friday with UC, and the doctor won't even see me. They said they're not doing face-to-face, but they're seeing me, and because I won't wear a mask, it's a sanction. So that you won't get in the building and you'll get sanctioned.
That is. Wait. What does sanction mean?
Drop your money, get rid, stop your money, whatever they do.
What?
So it's I've just made her aware that she's liable for all her actions in the workplace and a private prosecution. Yeah.
That's some straight communist style. That's some straight Stalin style stuff.
Sorry. Say again,
Jess. This is how much the law says need to be.
It's just scandalous, mate. I don't see why I should go in like a bank robber just to suit their needs.
Yeah,
I can't wear them anyway. I can't wear them anyway because it brings PTSD back on. PTSD back on. So,
he's probably gone for a shit.
I think you're lagging again, Jason.
It's these computers. These streams, they're scandalous, aren't they? They're going right downhill. They don't want you online at all anymore.
No, they don't. They really don't. Which is funny because they have all these ads telling you, oh, you can do everything online now.
I think it's just lagging, mate.
No, trust me, Jason. Yeah, Dean, are you hearing that? Like the
No, it's all clear on my side.
Oh, he's all clear? Huh.
Yeah.
He keeps pausing and freezing. I can't understand what he's saying.
I talk tomorrow. Read the crows. Life is good.
Well, I talk to my roses and feed the crows. Life is good. Fuck the idiot.
Well,
I wish it was that easy, Ron.
There you go. How you doing, Dino? Mindy.
How's that? Are we, can you hear us? Fine. I didn't get any lag off you. I could hear you clear.
So, well, hopefully. How am I now?
You're all right. It was earlier, but I thought it was my side because it's gone fine on my
No.
side since I've updated.
Still can't hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you not hear me now?
This fucking StreamYard, I'm telling you, they don't want us doing it. I can hear you. Yeah.
All right. It must be coming lagging or something. That's mad, that, isn't it?
Tuning radio in there.
It must be me because I've jumped on its cocktail.
I can hear you fine. I can hear you fine. I think the lag is this fucking StreamYard. I'm have to sort it out.
Are you still paying subs for it?
It's fucking ridiculous. I'm having a strong word with him. Fucking arse.
If you subscribe with them, I
Hey.
would. If you were paying monthly subscription for that, I'd be on the case, me. I use that, what's it be? Don't know that,
I paid.
there is a lag in there.
I've not heard of that one.
Yeah,
Can you stream it on YouTube?
Well, I think what they did is updated it so you can do the streaming. But what I used to use with a conference call and the XSplit, where you could have like up to 10 different streams going at the same time on XSplit, as well as showing like all your screen and all that.
It used to be that on here. You used to be able to have 10 people.
Yeah. It just seems to have gone right downhill. It's what Cookie uses this as well, and I've never seen him have these sort of problems with it. And there's been like 4 to 6 people on there on there at a time.
I don't know what it is. It's I've had 10 on here.
I know.
I've had 10.
It might just be what's it? There might just be an high bandwidth usage over in your area at the moment with your supplier.
Fucking.
Well, I can hear you clear. It just seems like there's a bit of a lag somewhere because are you going away this year, Jess? Oh, I'm on my own. Well, come back.
I'm here. Can you hear me now?
Hey. Yeah. How's that? With me, is there a lag or?
It's gone back. No, well, I can hear you.
Yeah. That's mad how many problems you're having this evening.
So there is a lag. I've just noticed this.
Yeah, you see my mouth moving and then you hear me 20
I'm going to
minutes.
give up because this is just a fucking waste of time. I'm going to sort it out with them. Find out what fucking... Yeah. Fucking hell. Anyway, listen, if you can hear me, I'll get rid of you, Dino. no offense. If you can hear me, it's obvious we're having problems tonight. I'm going to get it sorted. I'll be back on Friday with an After Dark. And I hope that you have a good week. I thought MI5 got you then, Jay. So fucking won't. Yeah. Yes. Anyway, I'm going. Thanks for